What's going on, guys? Welcome to the referee report for week 9 in the NFL. This is a new series that I want to do. I actually intended to start this when the season started, but just every week it felt like something new came up. It's a small team here at Lock and Cash. It's just two of us, so sometimes we kind of have ideas and we get in over our head and we have to put them on the back burner for a little bit. So this is something that I wanted to do, expand our YouTube content. So I'm going to start doing these referee videos every week because you guys seem to like that info a lot. And also some other stuff too. I'm going to do some systems videos. I'll have a pickup for you guys as well this weekend. So, all right. But for this week, by the way, if you're new, my name is Jeff, Lock and Cash Sports. Referee trends are a real thing. If you haven't ever, I guess bet with these in mind, there is such a thing as referee betting systems. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean as we go through some of these games. So before we get into them, I've got 5 games that we're going to highlight this week. Just a reminder, we're partnered with the Action Network. Down in the description, you'll find a link to download the Action app. If you don't use that app, it's great for handicapping games. Lots of info, articles, expert picks. I'm on the app giving out free picks every day. So if you want to track my free plays and get them before I post them anywhere else, follow me on the Action app. You can get notifications as soon as I post a play. Like I have a play up there right now for the weekend, so you guys can go check that out. All right, let's start this off. The first game that we're going to look at is the Saints and the Panthers. Ron Torbert is the referee for this game. This is a really strong trend. It's one that I've played on actually a couple times this season, but I kind of have little nicknames for these. I call these ones Ron's Roadies, but it's just really Ron Torbert road favorites. You're basically looking at any game where Ron Torbert is a referee and the road team is laying points. So if it's a road favorite when he's the referee, for whatever reason, they tend to do really well when he's officiating or his crew is officiating. And a lot of these guys like betting, this is why I like to call these referee trends, because betting systems are a system and a trend. There's differences, right? A system is more like a situational spot. You can kind of directly attribute a causation, not just a correlation, but a trend can sometimes just be correlation, which is why trends can sometimes be fluff, right? So referee trends is just kind of like the crews call the game a certain way, and then it ends up benefiting a team that's in a certain position. Like there's no real rhyme or reason to it, but they're very interesting and they can be very powerful. So Ron Torbert road favorites are 37 and 19 against the spread. I mean, that's drastic, right? That's 66%. So far this season, I made a joke on some other videos that he's chasing the perfect season. He's 4-0 so far. He cashed last week with the Buffalo Bills -3 in Seattle. They were a Ron Torbert road favorite. So he's 4-0 so far this season. This week, he's got the Saints. Now, the Saints laying 7 on the road against the Panthers, and I know on the surface or just based on line value, that screams Carolina, right? A divisional home dog getting a full touchdown, and even I think 7.5 now in some books, so getting a full touchdown and the hook. Excuse me, but you got to remember that it's the Carolina Panthers, right? And they haven't really fielded an NFL, like an actual NFL. This is not a professional NFL team. I mean, I know they're getting healthier. They're getting some guys back on defense. They just traded away their best wide receiver, though. We kind of know what Bryce Young is at this point. If this was Andy Dalton, you could sell me a little bit more on it, but the Carolina Panthers are basically in shambles, and this is a team that realistically may not win, maybe one more win for the rest of the season, may not win another game. So I'm not too afraid here, and the market has pushed this up. It was 7.5, so there's some movement there, but I agree. But even without the referee trend, I would agree leaning to the Saints here, but you got the Ron Torbert road favorite. So 66% ATS trend, pointing you to New Orleans minus the 7.5. All right, game number 2. We're headed to Tennessee, the battle of the bottom feeders here. We're digging, we're dumpster diving. This is the Patriots versus the Titans game, and Alex Kemp is the referee. And believe it or not, this is going to be an ugly one, but the overs in Alex Kemp games, 32, 18, and 2, 64% over the last few years. I think this is last 5 years, this one. But so far this season, 6 games for Alex Kemp, 4 and 2 to the over, so the trend is holding up. And this line came down for obvious reasons. I think it's 38 now. It was at 39 when it opened. But that just means you're getting a lower number. I mean, listen, on Monday Night Football, the Giants-Steelers game, 37.5, dipped down 36.5. We ended up jumping on the over 36.5, and it cashed easily in the fourth quarter. So, really, when you have a low total like that, it just really means that one team needs to break through. I mean, the Patriots and the Jets went over this easily last week, this number. So this is telling you Patriots, Titans over 38. I believe the current number is. if before the referee trend, I probably would have no opinion on this total. And I'm sure the market's probably leaning under, and a lot of people probably look at that under and like it because it's Will Levis coming back. Remember, it's not Mason Rudolph. Well, it looks like it's not going to be. If it's Will Levis coming back, this is kind of an appealing under, to be honest with you. But I would prefer this if Rudolph was playing. But nonetheless, Alex Kemp overs are 64%. So Titans, Patriots to the over if you want to take a look at that. This next one. All right. Sean Smith is the referee for the Colts-Vikings game. This is a really important game for both teams. You have a quarterback change in Indianapolis. You have the Vikings coming off of back-to-back losses now after starting the season 5-0, so they desperately need a win. They're laying 5 at home. Sean Smith has been kind to road teams, though. All right, Sean Smith, and specifically road underdogs. In his games, they're 29, 18, and 3 against the spread. That's 62%. The Colts are catching 5 here. And another little layer to this one is that Indianapolis specifically is a 4-1 against the spread when Sean Smith is the head referee. So you've got a road underdog trend here. The market, by the way, has already supported this side because this was Colts +6 at the open, and now you're seeing +5 in the market. So obviously pro money came in early on Indianapolis. The change to Flacco certainly upgrades their offense, so you have that to look forward to here. And honestly, the last 2 weeks have kind of put out there, at least put on tape, kind of the script on how to beat the Vikings. So the Colts are well coached. I like Steichen as a coach. They've covered I think they've covered 5 straight games, which is unbelievable. I mean, all this team does is cover, whether they win or lose. So probably looking at another close game here. Those 5 points are appealing with Indianapolis. So, and Sean Smith might help them out a little bit. So Sean Smith road dogs for the Colts. All right, next one up. This is a really interesting game. So Clay Martin is the referee for Rams Seahawks. This is a game in Seattle. The Rams guys were a field goal underdog. They were +3, look ahead and open in this game. It has flipped. A ton of movement on the Rams. Now, after you saw them healthy with Kupp and Nakua, they're on extended rest. You've got McVay on extended rest. They're now -2 in the market, -1.5 in certain spots. But Clay Martin road teams, just road teams straight up, are 57 and 39 against the spread. That's 59%. This would have been even better, guys, if they remained the dog, because if it was still Rams +3 or even +2, +1, because Clay Martin road dogs hit at 70%, 35 and 15, 70% against the spread. But this line flipped, so technically doesn't count. But I mean, listen, the referee trend is telling you road team. The market, all the movement in the market has been to the road team. So that's worth something in these spots. So take a look at the Rams laying a small number on the road in Seattle for that game on Sunday. All right, and the last one I've got for you guys, Bill Vinovich. Bill Vinovich is over in Cleveland for the Chargers versus Browns. And this is actually one where the market disagrees. So Bill Vinovich unders have been really profitable. 61 and 38 to the under over his last 5 seasons. That's 62%. Problem here is you could have got this on, well, now you're getting a better number on the under, but this opened at around 40, I believe it was, and it's now been bought up. So there's been a pretty strong amount of money come into the market on this over. I guess seeing how the Chargers have been less effective running the ball lately, so they've had to resort to the passing game a little bit more. The Browns, obviously, with Jameis Winston, have become now more explosive offensively, although that's very boom or bust. You know that Jameis is going to have his moments in that game against Baltimore. Some great plays, a great game-winning touchdown pass, but some plays that were easy. I almost threw the game-losing interception, and Kyle Hamilton just dropped it. So got to be careful with Jameis, but this is looking like a boomer bust type offense going forward, and that is good for overs, believe it or not. You want some variance in there, maybe some short fields, which is always helpful for an over. So, but in this case, Bill Vinovich, he goes to the under. So 62% to the under. If you did like the under on this game, at least you're getting the best price in the market now, as it's approaching 43, which is a key number. So that's that for Bill Vinovich. All right, those are the 5 games, guys. Like I said, I'm going to start doing this every week for the referee trends. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed it. Don't forget, follow me on the Action app for my free play that's coming this weekend. And good luck with your bets. Thanks for watching. See you guys.